Yo, yo, what's going on, fellas? Tommy over here, and I'm with my man, Cricket.
What up? What up, guys?
Why don't you go
The
say what's
day
up to
we've
everybody?
all been waiting for. It's here.
You know,
And
it's
it's
funny.
here.
This is our first live stream like ever on this channel, and I figured why not do it with the launch of Corey's frame, the long-awaited Moongoat. Um, my apologies in advance if this live stream just flows a little funky. It's just our first. It's just our first deal.
We want to interact with everybody. I wanted me and Tommy talked about it. We wanted actually see what you guys. I know it's been a while, so questions you guys have, ask away at those in the chat. We'll keep up on those too. But I want this to feel like, dude, it's come so long. We've taken
Yeah.
so much time,
Can
and
we
I just
check?
can't
Can
wait.
we tab over real quick? I just want to see what the chat room situation. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got it. We're there. All right. So, the way this is gonna go, we're just gonna quickly talk about the frame, kind of how long it's been. You can talk to the man himself who has been living and breathing this frame, and then we'll get into a couple of flights. Hopefully, this doesn't take longer than like 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll jump into answering some questions in the live chat. So first of all, how long have we been working on this, Corey? Because I feel like I've grown like 2 inches since we first started this.
It had to have been a year. It has to have been about a year. The talking and then everything going. You guys, I'm giving ideas, and you guys being like, "Bam, here it is." It's probably been about a year.
Yeah. So what a lot of people don't know is like this has been so long in the making. In fact, can we cut over to the A7 III real quick? Like this is the OG frame right here, and this is the very first like design that we did, and we actually, I mean, this thing was just super tough. Like this thing right here, I've like beat to hell, but we had to like stop and change it. And why is that, Corey?
So as soon as we made that frame, I was in love with it. Everything was perfect. We were like, "Yeah, it's good to go. It's good to go." And then DJI came about, and I'm like, Tommy, I was dreading to make the phone call to be like, hey man, it's not gonna fit."
Yeah, because we were trying to do this nice low profile design deal, and I mean you can see it here, like it's you could barely fit like a double stack in here. Actually, you can't. It was going to be a side by side deal where you had the stack, the flight controller up front, ESC at the back, and then your analog stuff out here, and then you had this nice low profile freestyle frame. But then DJI came along and Corey got all starry eyed and was like, "We got to
You
do
had
that."
that. You had to
So
have it.
so
Once you saw
anyways,
it,
fast forward to today. Let me see if I have. Do I have it here? No. Can you give me that? Yeah. So here we at. So a couple of iterations later, we've arrived to this, and basically now it's DJI friendly. So I'll go over some of the quick specs, and then I'll turn it over to Corey about like what he likes about it. But basically, it was made from the ground up to be supportive of the DJI system, and that goes in this back section right here. So there's actually a 30 by 30 as well as a 20 by 20 stack. So if you're running the CADX Vista, you just place that out back, and it just makes it for a really nice, easy setup. And then you put your flight controller ESC stack in the middle, and then out front is obviously where you put up the camera. And then the other thing too that's a little bit different with this frame, and actually, do I have one here? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. So here's one that I put together already, and I don't have it in the back, but there's actually these notches right here that you can see, and that's where the Lipostrap is supposed to go through. So if you're running something with like the GoPro out front, then you want to balance the battery up by putting it a little bit farther back, and that's what this second strap hole is for. So when you get this, you're going to get this Lipostrap right here, and it's going to come with an extra D-ring, so that way, it's doing what you want. I feel like I should show people like a better picture of it. Let me see if I got something a little bit more. Here you go. Here you go. Boom. So that's how that works. You got the extra D-ring at the back and on that side, and then you're good to go. Here's actually an example where you've got the CADX Vista in the back, and then I've got a FetTech stack down here in the middle, along with the ESC underneath that. If I could get that thing to focus. But anyways, so Corey, I mean, you've been living and breathing this for like a minute now, and oh, by the way, this is like our test one that we just kept on wrecking, as you can see. But you got some damage on that carbon fiber in there. But it's got 5 millimeter thick arms. We got 2.5 mil plates at the top and the bottom, and same thing with the camera cage. And then the hardware is completely flush mounted. And this is a prototype, but these cutouts are actually going to have ummagawd, like specially cut out for it, so that when you just stick it on, it looks like tire marks, which is a cool thing that we were trying to do. But other than that, man, yeah, that's pretty much what's.
I mean, from the beginning, like I just wanted, I wanted a frame that we could fit any and everything into. You know what I mean? Like when you wreck a frame, you need to order another one in, but it's like, oh, I only have a 30 by 30, or I only have a 20 by 20. Like this thing will accept everything that you can possibly do. ESC, FC in the front, ESC, FC in the back. I mean, you can do it any which way you want to, and there's no unnecessary space. Like, I mean, and that's why, like, after flying Tommy's frame before and then having Tommy put this together, I mean, the magic is there, guys. Like, I mean, I can't wait for you guys to actually put your hands on it and just see like how everything goes together so easily. Even and just simple things that always gave me like the worst headache were like spots like this for your crossfire. How it sits off the ground now. It actually doesn't touch the ground. Just like little details like that you'll notice when putting it together. Tommy killed it. You guys.
Yeah, when we first started off, we actually was talking about having the air unit be like in the middle, like right on this area right here. So you could do that too, and then put your flight controller ESC stack in the back. You know, I tried building it that way once. It worked out. The wires do need to get a little bit longer, but if that's the setup that you want, where you have more of the mass centralized in the middle, which I'm a big proponent of, that's absolutely a possibility. But I've also been finding that just sticking it out back also works, especially if you're running the Hero 9. So you've been testing with the Hero 9, and that's a little bit heavier, and all that's still working out, right?
I actually just started running a bigger battery on the back to kind of balance it out. And I mean, the frame's already super balanced as before the 9 came out. Yeah. And then you just move the battery back a little bit. It's perfect.
All right. Well, here, why don't we, so you prepared us a nice little highlight flight video. Why don't we play that for everybody, and then we'll come in and maybe finish up some specs that I feel like I've already forgotten, and then we'll keep talking about it.
Cool.
All right. Dang, my bad. You know, I'm not gonna lie. When Corey sent that over, I only watched like the first 20 seconds because I was such in a hurry to get this live stream going because like everything is like fresh right now. But I'm sitting here watching it, and I was like, "You what?" Oh, damn, my bad. Okay, man. So now I just gotta put this out there real quick. When we first started talking about this, you weren't flying like that, and like you got like really good, really fast all of a sudden, man.
I've gotten so comfortable now with like this setup, just everything from the frames, just everything, and it feels so balanced. And now I'm not afraid to like just send the quad and worry about, oh, my quad is gonna get destroyed. Like I'm pretty confident now on what the quad can handle, you know. So I'm just like, just send it. Oh, metal bars, just send it.
So you've been living it and breathing it. Why don't you you know, like I mean, I built it a couple of times. I've been flying it on set for productions, but like you've been like really bashing with it. So like, what's it like to put together? Because that's one of the things that I take myself, I pride in myself in is how easy does this frame go together, and we know that we're gonna wreck things and break things. So for me, like being able to repair something quite easily is important. But this is like my opinion. This is why I want you to talk about it. You know, get your opinion
No,
on it.
but anybody that flies a quad doesn't want to, like, okay, you're gonna break an arm, you're gonna break something, and at that point you don't want it to kill your whole day to go change an arm, or oh, I broke a camera cage, I got to take this whole thing apart to get to this. The thing that Tommy did do on the frame is that anything that you need to change besides the bottom plate, you can do without touching your stack or anything. Like, everything is super simple to change arms. You don't have to take everything apart to get to any particular piece of it. I mean, so
Yeah,
that right there.
the arms, that was something that I was really like wanted to transfer over from the remix, because the remix it's just two bolts to change an arm, and this one it's more or less the same. So you got to remove one bolt and then you got to just loosen up the shoulder bolt, which that I actually want to talk about quickly too. So let's go switch over to the A7 the A7 camera here. So this is how the arms attach. You've got one bolt here. This is the one that you're going to remove. And then this is the center shoulder bolt that you just got to loosen up. But I want to just show people that really quick. Because in our earlier prototypes, when you would crash, this arm would actually kick out. And, you know, obviously we didn't want that. And so we implemented, or made use of, I should say, this shoulder bolt right here. So these are custom-made shoulder bolts. And as you can see, it's got a lot of surface area. And that's really what prevents the arms that meet up in the center here from kicking out.
It's 12.9 grade.
And it's also, yeah, Ryan's just, make sure you call it out. It's 12.9 grade steel. So it's some high quality stuff, guys. Like it looks really good. But I mean, so speaking of putting it together, Corey, like what have you broken so far?
I've broken a couple arms and camera cage are really like the only two things that I ever break. And that's just mainly because I'm always going 100 mile an hour. And I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, I don't think I can make it. I'm always like, oh, I got that. When I can be like way off. So like camera cages and arms are like the only two things that I've really been going through. And not like in a crazy amount. But I mean, through the time I've had it, which has probably been about 3-4 months, I might have went through 3 or 4 arms. You know, like an arm a month. And that's not being afraid to fly anything.
All right, well, I don't. I get a little worried because like I don't want people to think that this is like the super duper indestructible frame. At the end of the day, there's really no frame that'll do that. You hit it the right way and it'll break. But I feel like it is a little bit deserving of you saying that you don't worry about it, which I think is huge. So speaking of that, the next thing that I asked Corey to do is just like, hey, can you just make me a quick crash compilation? And that way you guys can get a feel for, you know, what kind of hits that it can take to break, what'd you say, three or four arms?
4 arms. Yeah,
And the cam
months.
cage we discussed too, that's not big, that was more just getting worn out. So I feel like if you use some 3D printed pieces to protect that, it'll last longer.
Yeah, nothing has ever broke like first hit. It's always, I mean, of course, carbon's, you know, as you beat it and beat it and beat it and beat it. And these are over, and I'm talking good flying.
Okay. All right. So let's show everybody what the last couple of months, what you've been putting this through, and then we'll open it up to some questions to the chat room. Yeah. Are we back? Oh. That's weird.
We-
Did a little bit of a little shift on there. Okay. Okay. Sorry, little technical difficulties because this is a live stream. I just gotta adjust myself. All right, cool. No, we're all good. All right, so that was also something that I just watched for the first time. I didn't realize what was going on there with with that crash compilation. All right, I think the screen just need to resize the screen a little bit because I'm looking like super huge, and then move that over here. Let me get up in there real quick.
Yeah, guys, it wouldn't be a live stream if we didn't have a little bit of technical difficulties.
All right, there we go. So we are back, fellas. Let's go over to the chat room. Is there anything in there that we need to address or talk about? I guess people are probably wondering where can you buy it. So yeah, so this is going to be an ummagawd exclusive on the store. We have our first batch in, and we only have, I want to say, 120 right now for this first batch, just because we wanted to make sure that the QC on it was good. And so that's ummagawd.com. Is it live yet, Ryan?
Not yet, not till you
No.
click a button.
Okay, so apparently it's not live, but I'm gonna click a button on here really soon to make it live. But before we do that, what other questions do we have in the chat rooms here?
Bind and fly.
Bind and flies, yeah. So right off the gate, we're probably not going to do that. I think we're going to just stick to just the frame itself. I feel like most of the people that are going to be buying this is a little bit more advanced and probably has some motors and flight controllers that they want to transfer things to. So like Corey said, he wanted to make sure that like it works with 30 by 30, 20 by 20, and all of that in different configurations. So, but of course, the end state goal is to get some bind and flies and maybe even some RTFs.
Wait.
Maybe we can even get Corey to make some himself. How about that?
I'm down. I'll do that. I will do that. Only if it's DJI though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We got a question on weight. I actually don't remember because I know we changed a couple of things in the last minute on the production version. Do we have that other frame? Oh, this is it. Actually, here, if you got it, Corey, go ahead and let me know. But I've got a scale here.
I just gotta go back through my pictures.
Hold on a second. Where's my
Should be
scale?
110 grams.
Is it 110?
That's what the description said.
Okay. All right. Well,
Just-
we'll go with that. I apologize. I thought I had my scale here, but we're talking about 110 grams. Is that with hardware?
That's what hardware.
Oh, dang. we got it to that. Okay, fellas. Well, there you go. 110 grams with hardware. I didn't even realize. I know our first prototype was like 138, and it was just like this big old tank, and we're like, oh, we could lighten this up a little bit. What
I
other
can
questions
give
we
you
got?
all up.
Does the KISS
All
OSD
up
have a
weight
place
is
to be?
367.5.
Your build is 367 all up. What size battery
Yep.
is that with? Or no, sorry, that
Oh,
wouldn't be with the battery.
No battery. That's just no GoPro. Just all up build.
Okay, so that's a pretty good indicator. You've got Cricket's build with his motors, which are 2207 and a half.
Yep. 2306.
2306. Okay. Yeah, with the 3D printed piece, 367. Not bad. I actually think I've got mine like 330, but I'm like super lightweight kind of guy. But that's just me.
I'm like, give me the weight. Give me all the weight. All the weight.
Okay, hey Corey, we got somebody asking what components that you run on your setup.
So right now I'm running the newbie drone stack, the 20 by 20. I'm running the Caddx Vista and the Cricket motors, the hype trains.
Okay, right on. I do mine with the Hex motors, and I run the Fat Tech flight controller and ESC just because I'm a KISS kind of fan when it comes to flying and things like that. And yeah, I'm super like frugal with my weight. Like I don't like to run any like 3D printed parts to like protect things. It's just, but that's how I get like 338. My all-up weight is 338 on my build.
Now that you said something though about the 3D prints, remember about the arms? We made the arms like so instead of having 3D prints on like big arms, they look all crazy huge on there. We actually made the arms a little smaller so that they will have your 3D print and still protect your motor and not look super oversized.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so like little details that we went through and did. It's just crazy. Like, can't just get them all in.
All right. Is there anything else on the chat room?
Does the TPU come with it?
No, so the question is if TPU comes with the kit. No, TPU generally doesn't come with the kit. It's usually just like an aftermarket or optional piece, just because not everybody likes to run TPU. I don't. Corey does, as you can see. He should, because he needs to be protected at all times. I've been using my build mostly for like FPV professional, like, you know, shoots and things like that. And so like scraping this on concrete or bando bashing on it is like the least on my mind. So I don't run any of it, but all of your major like people that make 3D prints should have stuff, because I sent them the file already. I think Brain FPV should be one of them. So just check in a couple of days, they should have it.
Things will be popping up soon, sure.
Yeah. We got any other questions?
What's your camera angle for cinematic shoots?
Okay, so we got a question for camera angle. So this is actually, you know, what's the camera angle that I run for cinematic stuff? I actually like 10 degrees, 10 degrees. I think you're the same for freestyle, right, Corey?
I'm like between 0 and 10, anywhere
0 and
between
10.
there.
Okay, there
Yeah.
you go. So yeah, 0 to 10, I run 10 just because usually I'm a little bit in forward flight when it comes to this specific frame, but obviously that doesn't matter. The frame you can tilt, or the camera you can tilt it up as high as you want.
Yep.
All right. Anything else before
Well,
we wrap up? Did I forget anything?
You gotta hit save.
Is it live?
Oh my
Live.
goodness, no, we forgot. All right, we actually gotta go live with it. So all I gotta do is just hit this button, and then it'll go. Oh, and by the way, Corey asked if we could just limit, you know, the number of frames per person to 2. So that way, because he's thinking of y'all, we're limited on this first batch, and he wanted as much people to have it. So I was like, fine, Corey, we could do whatever you want.
Blame it on me.
Yeah, it was you. But it's cool. I get it. I want as many people to have this frame too. So we are limiting it to just two per customer. And then after that, I believe the next batch, you know, I don't know if we're going to do pre-order, because I feel a little scared about doing pre-order, but we're going to know really soon how soon we'll get the next batch in. So once that first batch goes out, we'll get pre-order going out, and we're good to go. But here we go, fellas. In 3, 2, 1, and boom, save. So now that is live on ummagawd.com. Really appreciate you guys tuning in with us. Hopefully you like this live stream. We just wanted to make it like a little bit special. But stay tuned, because Corey's gonna have more content on this. You know, so you got to do a build video. You got to talk about your components, and throw out some more flight footage and things like that. And I've got a couple of clips of me using it like on a professional setting, so you know, I can make some stuff too to throw out for people. But check it out. It's called the Moongoat. It's been like over a year in the making. There's a handful of like innovations with it that I'm really proud about, with like the shoulder bowl and how the arms connect, how it's, you know, fairly durable while also being kind of lightweight, and that top part with the ummagawd pattern, like it's kind of a subtle thing, but like the more I look at it, I'm like, yo, that's kind of cool, man. Yeah.
And if you get one, post that picture up. Let's see it. See your builds. Post some pictures of your builds.
Yeah. Hashtag Moongoat. And then I don't know, Corey, maybe I'll put you on the spot, but are you gonna do any like giveaways or anything like that?
Of
All
course.
Right. Okay. Why don't we just really put you on the spot? Like, so what is it? Like, so people can know right now. Like, what is it? Do we go on Instagram? Like, what do we gotta do?
Why don't we just pick somebody right now?
You want to pick somebody right now?
Somebody right now. The people
All right,
here
all right,
now.
screw it. This is how we doing it. We're gonna pick somebody right now in the live chat. So, Kelvin. By the way, shout out to Kelvin. Kelvin is the newest team member on here. It's been absolutely crazy with the store, and it's been time that my frugal ass decided to bring some more people on, and we're doing that. So, Kelvin, can you just randomly scroll through? Everyone should be typing right now, because what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have Kelvin scroll, and then he's just gonna point, and then whoever it is gonna get a free Moongoat. Which, okay, so that means, Ryan, make sure you take one out of stock, because now we're gonna have one less to sell people. But the good news is one of you guys right now is gonna get a frame. So here we go.
Yep, do it.
All right. So Kelvin is. Oh my God, the chat room is going nuts right now. Everyone wants to go. So, all right, Kelvin, go ahead and just pick one, and and we'll call it the winner.
Prop Breaker FPV.
Prop
All right.
breaker.
All right, we got a
FPV.
winner. Prop Breaker FPV. Congratulations. You just got this wrecked prototype. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna get a fresh Moongoat. So just shoot us an email. Shoot me an email at sales@ummagawd.com. And just let us know that you are the winner, and then we'll set you up to make sure that you get a Moongoat. But for the rest of you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. You can only buy this frame on ummagawd.com. Limited edition batch for the first one. I think I'm also going to, you know what, screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna give a little treat. So this first batch, I'm going to give a little, I'm going to give everybody a keychain. So, boom. Can we get the A73 real quick on that? There you go. So, yeah, screw it. Screw it. You got me feeling good. I'm gonna throw in a little Oh My God keychain on that first batch. So everyone that's ordering, you guys gonna get one of those. And that's it, man. Stay tuned for some more content from Cricket's channel. Cricket, why don't you go plug your channel?
Well, Cricket FPV on YouTube.
All right, man.
Yes, guys, check me out.
All right, man. So that's it. Thank you guys again for joining in, and we'll see you guys on the next one.